This is David from YourPST Studios, and today I'm going to be talking about ADA, also known as Active Directory User Helper. So, Active Directory User Helper is a program that helps you create, get info on, disable, delete, and add groups for users in Active Directory without having to go through the traditional system of using Active Directory users and computers. So as you can see, I have ADUH opened right here. You can see I have my test user, and I'm going to show you how we can create a new user. So today we're going to do Jane Doe as JDoe. We are going to leave the password blank. We will go ahead and select test user as our copy user. And let's click submit. Now we get our response. It has first, last, user. We didn't have a password inputted, so it made a password for the user, and it pushed that password to PW push, which provided us with a link. And if we entered the email would be showing here. I'll go ahead and click no just to show you that it closes out after you create the user if you don't want to create another user. So we are back in the program, and as you can see, JDoe now shows as one of the available users. We can get info on JDoe. We can disable Jane Doe, and then go back and you can see that the user is disabled, listed as disabled, or we can go ahead and delete Jane Doe. And once they are deleted, you do not see their name anywhere in the system. So we are going to try creating another user with some more information, but instead of having to manually type in all that information, we're going to use a text file that we already have created. So as you can see, we have quite a bit of information about this user that we're going to be inputting. And we'll go ahead and click use input file. We'll select our John Doe file, and it's actually John Smith, but John Doe. And as you can see, we have all the fields filled out. I'm going to go ahead and change the copy from user to our test user. I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And we get all of our responses, including the email, since we did input that email. And you can see it added him to all the groups the test user is a part of. So we'll go ahead and click yes, just to get back to the program. And now we can see John Smith in our list, and we can get info on John Smith that is available, the groups, the phone, the office, the city, the state. All that information is available to us. And if they had more information, we would see more information. So let's say John Smith, who we now have all the info on, has got a promotion and is going to be working as an administrator. So we can go ahead and select John Smith from the group in our add copy groups area, and we will go ahead and select a group. But let's say right now he just needs access to the remote desktop. We'll go ahead and add him to the remote desktop users list. And as you can see, now that we update, you can see remote desktop users is now listed. So we're going to go ahead and create a secondary user real fast, and you can uncheck the box to be able to edit the fields again. So just out of the sake of laziness, we're going to do John Smith 2. Go ahead and click that. We use guest, but that's okay. We'll still do the job, and now we have John Smith 2. Alright, so let's say the regular John Smith got his promotion now that John Smith 2 is hired, and now John Smith is an administrator in all rights. We are going to go ahead. We can see as administrator, they also have group policy, domain admin, enterprise admin, schema admins, and don't shame me for having all these. This is just for test purposes. None of this is in production or being used right now. So this user is not showing too much, but you can see all their groups that they are added to and all the information we have for them. So let's say John Smith is now going to be an administrator, and as we can see, John Smith does not have all these groups. So we'll go ahead and click the copy user checkbox, which closes out the group select checkbox, and we will select administrator, which is he is going to copy. Click submit, and now we have John Smith has been added to all the groups that administrator is currently a member of. Group copy successful. Perfect. So now let's look at John Smith, and now John Smith has all the stuff that administrator has, and that is what we need. And so let's say John Smith is now not working here anymore. Well, what we can go ahead and do is disable John Smith right here. Yes, we want to disable the user. Now the user is disabled. And if we go look at their account and update it, you can see the description shows they were disabled right now. And their account is listed as disabled. And even though they still have all their groups, they are not able to get logged in. So let's say we don't need his account to be around at all, too much of a security risk. Let's go ahead and delete him. Now he is deleted. You do not see him in the list anymore. And just to confirm, all of this is taking place in AD. All the fields are being updated as they are input. As you can see, ABC Corp Sales Manager, all that information, names are correct as they should be, domain is correct. So all of this is showing as it should be. And now our user is deleted, so we no longer have to worry about it. And we'll just say John Smith is taking over, or John Smith 2 is taking over John Smith's role. So we'll go ahead and give him administrator now. And check John Smith, and now they also have all the administrator groups, and we don't need him because he's just been fired. So now disabled, and we'll go ahead and delete that anyway. Now the user is deleted. Now we are back to our original users, and let's say John Smith got hired back. So we're going to go ahead and create him one more time, and he's just going to be a user, a plain old user. Create that. And now we have our John Smith back. And we have all of our groups that we can add him back into when needed. And this shows all the groups on the domain. It grabs it from the domain. You don't have to do anything specific. And this program will not run unless you are on a domain, and it checks from the very beginning to make sure that you are on a domain. So it can grab your domains, it can grab all your users, it can grab your groups. And one other beautiful part about the program is that it comes with all these folders. So when you do a search for users information, that user information is saved right here. These are all the tests I've been doing with it, but all that information is saved right here each time you get the information on a user, anytime you create a new user. Let's do by date modified so we can see most recent. So as you can see, we have a record of John Smith being created, his password, his PW push link, his email. And by the way, the PW push links are good for 30 days or 10 views, whichever one comes first. As you can see, we have Jane Doe here. We have all the users I've tried to create. Then we also have our different files, our version number. I don't think group adds that yet, but that will be coming soon. But yes, that is all that I'm going to be showing you today for that. We have the functionality to add multiple users. I will be displaying that later. We are working on the ability to be able to assign licenses to the user through O365, and that will be being displayed later. But for now, this is ADA. I hope you like it. Let me know if you do, if you don't, what you like, what you don't like. what you'd like to see in here, what you'd like to see changed. Welcome to all input. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a great day. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this.